There's been quite a bit going on when it comes to infectious diseases around this world. Obviously, we've all learned quite a bit from COVID-19, what to and to not buy into. And I believe for me and my family, the basis of not buying into these is really understanding and learning from our past mistakes that we need not rely on the federal government to save us from the next pandemic, because they're not gonna. They're just simply not gonna. They're just gonna put more rules on us than we've seen in the past. And it's just gonna play out that way, depending on how bad they think it is. Lockdowns, that sort of thing. Now, what I'm really getting at is, over the last year, there's been what I believe to be government scares, the bird flu, that sort of thing. They're just trying to scare us into kind of being ready for the next one. And what we're seeing right now in the Congo, in what they've referred to as Mystery Disease X, I don't know if you can get a scarier name than that. You might. Maybe throw the word death in there or something, but Mystery Disease X is a flu-like disease that is really infected about 400 people so far, and about 150 have died. That's a high level of death. Now, we're also talking about the Congo, where you have terrible medical facilities. You have really undermanned by big time. You probably have undereducated physicians on hand, and you definitely don't have the medical supplies that you need in the Congo. So I want to take a moment and make this video to say, number one, regardless of whatever Mystery Disease X is coming through, be prepared. For our family, we have antivirals on hand. We have emergency supplies of antivirals. We have emergency supplies of antibiotics. This is something that I just find it incredibly important that we not fall for the nonsense again, and that we be prepared as Americans. I believe that every American should have emergency antibiotics on hand. I believe that every American should have emergency antivirals on hand. I believe that every American should have a year's supply of their chronic meds on hand. And there's only one company in the world that does it, and that's Jase Medical. And I just want to take a moment and say, don't fall for the nonsense. Click the link below, be prepared. And when that stuff comes through, just think to yourself, well, no big deal, I'm ready for this. Because I believe the reason that you have such a high degree of death in the Congo, again, is because of a lack of antivirals, a lack of medical supplies, a lack of medical facilities. I mean, chances are I have better medicine in my house than some of the hospitals in the Congo have. And that's why I thought it'd be important to make this video, is be like that as well. The next time COVID comes through, another COVID variant comes through, the next time a flu-like virus comes through, next time, there's some sort of shutdown from your med supplies. Right now I'm on 8 different medications for my heart. So it's important to have emergency meds on hand. Supply chain breaks down, people quit shipping, insurance decides not to pay, whatever the case may be, it's important to have that stuff on hand. And Jase Medical is the only one that does it. So don't fall for the nonsense of Mystery Disease X. If you have antiviral and on hand, you just scroll past those reports and you don't worry about them. I believe that the governments of this world desire that we be in a state of submission through fear. And this is why it's important just to not fall for it, but be prepared. Diseases are real, but you ought not be afraid of them. You just should be prepared for them. And that's what Jase Medical is about. You can get medicine sent to you from a U.S. pharmacy, prescribed by a U.S. doctor. They're the only company in the world that does it. And honestly, a lot of my meds that I have, I get them through my doctor. He won't prescribe me emergency meds, but he'll prescribe me the meds that I need now. And that's what generally doctors do. But I've noticed that the price of my meds, like there was one of them I didn't get because a few weeks back because it was like $250, and I just don't have an extra $250 every week to spend. So I just opted out of it. But what I found is that through Jase Medical, a lot of these medications you can get cheaper through them than you can through your own insurance. So even if you're not getting them for emergency use, you might find them cheaper than just getting them at your local pharmacy. So there you go, man. Don't fall for the nonsense. Don't fall for Mystery Disease X. Be prepared. Jase is the only way to do it. I highly recommend it. Got a coupon code for you. Save a few bucks. That link is below. They usually have specials as well on a fairly regular basis. So just check them out through the link. See what they got. And chances are they're going to have quite a bit that puts you and your family at ease when you read reports like Mystery Disease X. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of that? Definitely put it below. I do want to take a moment and say that most people watch this channel, hey, they're not subscribers. Click that subscribe button. Greatly increases the algorithm and our ability to get these messages out, which again, I believe is incredibly important, especially when the media is going to bombard you with fear tactics. It's important that we squeeze our messages in there somehow. Clicking subscribe is the best way to do that. That link is below. But most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests. Never, ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, love guns.